what I did, but okay. Ah, that's what I did. Alright, that light is actually not that far away. I'll have to look, but you can follow. I am, there's that log, there's that, there's the bush, there's the trail. I'm right here. So as you can see, from right here to right there, it's not very far at all. Right? I'll actually have to go look at it. It's probably maybe, what, 30, 40 feet away? Alright. Now, I noticed something earlier, so I want to call this Mona control test. Okay? Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the camera near the surface. Alright. Haven't touched it yet. Now I've touched the surface. Bring it up. Only a few inches. Right? And come back down. Touch the surface. Come back up. Alright. Only a few inches. Come back down. See it? I stopped. Alright. Now I'm going to continue touching the bottom. Or sorry, not the bottom, but the water. Alright, the holes, you know how it works. It's kind of hard to really tell. Here, I wish I could sit there and show you guys, but... Alright, so now I'm going to... Only a few inches. Come back down. Stop, stop. Now this is... I'm about an inch... The camera right now is about an inch above the water. Here it is at the half-inch mark, i.e. touching the water. It's touching the water. Come back up. There it is. And we're gonna stop right there. See, I didn't have to go far. Just right here, and then right there. All right, right about there. So the actual tablet itself is about a half-inch above the water, which means that the camera is an inch above the water. Come back up. I mean, I literally just moved maybe another half-inch. Come back down. There's that. Not even. It's actually about a quarter inch. Never mind. So, there's touching the water. It's kind of hard to tell, but. So come back up just a little bit. Down slightly. There. Still, I'm hovering above the water right now, the actual tablet. I don't know how to really show you this, but here, let me see if I can do it. Touching the water, my finger's right here. Okay, you can see it. Alright. My finger touching the water. Right, you see it? Okay. Now. Alright. About 3 inches above the water. It's about right about there. This is still hovering about an inch above the water. Alright. Now I found that very, very interesting. One of the things I'd also like to note is that the water is pretty warm, right? Especially here by the edge, right? Let me rinse off my. Even the mud is warm, like physically warm. You could probably not quite bathe in this stuff, but you can swim in it, right? That's for sure. I left my damn toolbox over there with all the shit. I brought my damn sandals. Oh well. I'm just rinsing off my feet. Barefoot as usual. Alright. Now I had noticed this. Last night, I came out here. It was probably It was about close to 7 in the evening, right? So a full day had gone by, and it had been a relatively, I would say, chilly day, but it was definitely not the same as before. The water at that point in time was also very warm, more so now than now. And it was probably less extreme, you know, but the temperature, the sun hadn't quite gone down yet, so the outside temperature was probably a little cooler than the water itself, right? And I noticed the effect was not as dramatic as just what I just showed you. Now, if I'm right, and I'll put it this way, I don't get to see the footage while I'm taking it, in all honesty. The only reason why I know this time is I was looking for that little light to disappear. Alright. But did y'all notice the yellow tent pole? Probably not. The little tent spike? I'd almost bet you didn't. Which is fine. It was kind of hard to see anyway. But this time I just placed it a little bit further and still on the surface. So there's that tent spike. And I know you guys couldn't see it. Mainly because it was like not very visible anyway. It didn't stand out. There we go. It was sitting in the water, and somebody's gonna be like, "Oh, well, the angle was weird." Well, I've got footage that shows that it really doesn't matter. I wanted it touching the water, just so you can see it. And it's still on, so there's no question about that. You can see I tried planting it in there a couple times. So yeah, I mean, I figured out how life is short. Oh yeah, see, there's that log again. I wasn't very far at all, so I'll have to see the on the like Google or whatever to figure out Google Earth, just to see how far apart that distance is. I'm saying about 40 feet, in all honesty, from point to point, from that spot there to right over there. All right. But yeah, I've now pretty much figured out how Life is Short did it. He kind of cherry-picked the conditions, right? I've got some footage of a light being over here and over back with the 520, and then over there it's like 880 feet, and they disappear, like blink blink, right? And I figure out why, and I'm gonna do another video later on today when the temperature has evened out a little bit, because that water is much warmer than the air. And I noticed that the light was blinking out like 5-6 inches before the tablet even touched the surface. You know? So, yeah, turns out it was just refraction. Nothing more, nothing less. But, yeah, you know how it is. We don't just do one observation. We do 10, 20, 30. Well, no, I'm kidding. I'm going to do a couple more because I've got an idea on what'll end up happening. I'm going to test out that theory around solar noon. So I think solar noon here is about solar noon is going to be 13:25:50 or some shit like that. So about 1:30. 1:30 in the afternoon. So I'll be back in about 5 hours, give or take. Well, no, it's almost 9 o'clock now. So 4.5 hours. 4.5 hours. And we're gonna see if that makes any bit of a difference. How you like the gnats? I'm in a cloud of them. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, I'll be seeing you guys later.